Welcome to this tutorial showing you how to create a piece of artwork in response to the artist Hush. And I'm starting with a photograph of my wife that I took in a similar pose. And I've already used the polygonal lasso tool to mask off the area around her and around the outside, and then press delete to get rid of the background. Okay, I've also grabbed a diagonal pattern off the internet and several examples of graffiti and tag style writing. Okay, right, first thing I'm going to do is take this diagonal pattern and use the rectangular select to select it, and then Control C to copy it and Control V to paste it in. Okay, there it is. Okay, I'm going to drag it below my wife, and I'm going to make her invisible for the time being. And now I'm going to start choosing types of graffiti, and this is going to be the kind of texture that's going to go into those diamond shapes. So I just selected the texture, Control C to copy it over and Control V to paste it into this project. And I'm just resizing it. Doesn't matter if I stretch or squish it, because only a part of it's going to be seen. Now I'm going to make that layer invisible and go back to my diamond shape layer, and I'm going to grab the magic wand tool. And I'm going to select, using click and holding shift, multiple diamond shapes around the piece of work, completely randomly, but away from each other. Okay. I'm then going to go back to the layer with the pattern on it, make it visible. I'm going to go select and invert to select the area opposite, and then press delete, and that's going to delete everything except for those diamonds that I selected. So now I'm going to choose another pattern. This pattern's a bit too dark for me, so I'm going to go Image, Adjustments, Hue, Saturation, and I'm going to bring up the lightness before selecting it with the rectangle select. Control C to copy it, and then Control V to paste it in. Again, dragging it to fit, and again, not minding whether it stretches, because we'll only see parts of it. Making it invisible, and then once again using the magic wand tool on the diamond layer to select random diamonds from around the pattern before going back to the layer, making it visible, inverting the selection with select inverse and pressing delete. And again, that's going to remove everything but those diamonds. So next pattern, again, I'm going to make it lighter with the same thing and the same process. Control C, Control V, resizing it, making the layer invisible, choosing my diamonds with the magic wand, going back to the layer, making it visible, inverting the selection and pressing delete. Okay, I'm just going to continue doing this with each of the patterns. So this time I'm using the blue pattern to put some blue areas in. Oops, slipped a little bit there. Okay, resized it, make it invisible, go back to the diamond layer, choose some more diamonds with the magic wand tool, and then back to the blue layer, make it visible, select inverse, press delete. Okay, now I want some pink in there, so I'm going to use this blue one and go Image, Adjustments, Hue, Saturation, and I'm going to slide the hue slider till I get a red, and then I'm going to up the lightness to make that the pink I want. Okay, click OK, and then Control C, Control V once I've selected it, resize it, and this time I'm going to spin it round because it's the same pattern as the blue pattern. I don't want them to match up. And the same as usual, select the diamond layer, make the pink layer invisible, magic wand some diamonds until we're happy, then back to the pink layer and inverse the selection and press delete. Okay, got a few more to do. I'll grab this one, but again I want it lighter, image adjustments, hue saturation and up the lightness. And then Control C, Control V to paste it in, make it big, make that layer invisible, magic wand the diamonds that you want. Once you're happy, go back to the layer, make it visible, select inverse, press delete, and there you go. Okay, that is all the layers done. So we can merge those together by selecting them, right click, merge layers, and that is my background started. Okay, and now I want to make my piece a little bit grimy. So I grabbed this texture from Google and I'm going to select it with the rectangular select tool, Control C to copy it, Control V to paste it in, and as per everything else I'm going to resize it, and I'm particularly interested in stretching it now to make it into a kind of new texture. Okay, and once I'm happy, I'm then going to go to the little drop down menu above the layers, click on normal, and then use the down arrow to scroll through the different blends until I get one that I like. I think that's the one. Okay, and when I'm happy, I'm then going to grab some drips that I found on the internet. I just typed in paint drips, found this image, and I'm going to take those drips and cut and paste them in, Control C, Control V, bring them up to the top and stretch them right down. Okay, don't want quite so much of that showing at the top, so I'll drag it up. There we go. Okay. Right, now I don't want these strips to be black, so I'm going to go to Image Adjustments, Invert, and that's going to flip the colours for me. And then I'm going to go back to that drop down menu on this layer, and I'm going to scroll down again until I get the right blend. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Lastly, I'm just going to bring the opacity down so that there's a bit of the background showing through, and so the paint drips are a little less bright. Okay, right, I'm just going to merge the grime with the layer below by right clicking on it and merging down, and then I'm going to go Image Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast to just make my image a little bit brighter and bring the contrast down a little bit, just so it recedes a little bit, it's a bit lighter and it's more fitting as a background. Okay, right, then I'm going to drag my portrait up and I'm going to go Image Adjustments, Black and White, and turn it black and white. Click OK. And then Image Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast, and I am going to bring the contrast right up and the brightness up some to make my wife a bit more like the models in Hush's work. And then I'm going to shrink this down a bit so that I can see a bit more of the background. Okay, right. Now I want to work on her top. So firstly, I'm going to create a new layer, and then I'm going to zoom in and grab the polygonal lasso tool. There it is. And I'm just going to mask around the top with the polygonal mask tool. Going down and obviously clicking closer together to get more rounded areas, and then going over and up again so I have a mask over her top. I'm going to choose a colour that I'm not using anywhere else, in this case hot pink. I'm going to get the paint bucket and I'm going to fill the mask. So I have a layer that has a pink area on it, okay? And this is going to come in handy later on. Okay, and that ends the first part of this tutorial.